welcome to Mystic Radio for Past Lives, People, and Pets. Your oasis in an otherwise troubled world. I'm Bob Bordenero, executive producer of Mystic Radio. We are a live call-in show where you receive spiritual healings for you and your pets. So take down these numbers right now and give us a call. Talk to the healers. The toll-free number is 888-298-5569, locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Now start dialing now to speak to our Mystic Radio spiritual healers, Robin Alexis and Nels Rasmussen. So when you call in, please make sure you have a strong cell phone signal so we can hear you, and please be able to articulate your issues clearly and concisely so these world-class healers can serve you properly. Good morning, good day, Robin.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful full moon. It just went full a few moments ago, and I want to share it with you, so feel it, and please call into the show. When you call into the show, you do receive spiritual healing. One of the venues is to get a past life reading from me, and the opportunity of that is it opens you up to your soul's wisdom, and that is your intuition. So when you have access to that sixth sense and you work it with your other five senses, you're able to function at a higher frequency and give yourself some opportunities to have spiritual empowerment and make decisions that hopefully you don't regret. Wouldn't that be something? To not regret your choice. You know what? I think I might melt before the end of this show, so you better call in quick. It's hot here.
Are you hot?
I am hot.
Okay. Where are you in your...
Where am I? I want people to call into the show. So here's the phone number. It's 888-298-5569, and locally in Seattle, the phone number is 425-373-5527. So give me a call, please.
And now we'd like to say hello to our co-host, Nels Rasmussen. Please tell the audience about spiritual reconnection and what you'll be doing for them on today's program. Sorry, Nels.
That's fine, Bob. Thank you. And hi, everyone. I'm Nels Rasmussen, retired chiropractor, now a spiritual healer for people and animals. And what I'm going to be doing on today's show is helping you or your pet by getting rid of negative energies which show up as feelings stuck in your energy field or as an active fight or flight system in your pet. This clearing gives you both a more positive energy so you can be happier and healthier. When Robin and I work with you together at the same time, you or your pet's issues can experience a synergistic approach to getting corrected with, you just have to experience for yourself. So just call into the show today. If you'd rather talk to me off the air to learn more about how my healing work can help you or your pet, go to my website at healingministryforanimals.com and click the Contact Us button. I always do a free call to answer your questions and to see if there's something that I can do to help you. And remember, spiritual healing can support good medical care. It doesn't replace it. Bob?
And remember every Wednesday to set your alarm for 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, so you'll never forget to listen and call into Mystic Radio for Past Lives, People, and Pets live on the air. So take these numbers down. As soon as somebody hangs up, give us a call. If you want to talk to Robin or Nels today, the toll-free number is 888-298-5569, locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. Now, once again, please make sure you have a strong cell signal so we can hear you, and please be able to articulate your issues clearly and concisely so these world-class healers can serve you properly. When you call in, you have one question to ask Robin or Nels, so make it a good one. We have a great show for you coming up today with our courageous callers. So callers, please take your phone off speaker and turn off your radio or computer before you get on the call with Robin and Nels, and make sure you have a strong cell signal. I'm going to play the gong to clear the energy for the show today, and then we will get to your questions for Robin and Nels. How many?
I'd say someplace between 4 and 8. There's some full moon critters around, so let's just get it nice and clear. That's better already, Bob.
6. How's that?
6, and I'm not melting anymore, so
okay.
The melting must have been from something trying to take me away.
Okay, let's get to Antonio from Kingsburg, Washington. Antonio, welcome to Mystic Radio. You're looking for a past life reading with Robin.
Thank you. It's in California.
And how can we serve you?
And I have trouble spending money, like letting go of money, and dollar bills or coins, and with a debit card. My brother, he has to buy things for me. And
Okay.
I wanted to know if this was from your past life, or is it?
Well, let's find out. So why don't you ask that energy that you seem to claim as your own, that like kind of forbids you to spending money. Why don't you ask that energy, is it yours, someone else's, or a combination of energy? And then please tell me what you hear it say.
Combination.
That's what I'm getting to. It's a combination. So let's just have a little chat with that energy that's not yours. With the authority vested within us by Mother, Father, God, we command this energy that forbids Antonio from spending money to go back to your own higher self now. In God we trust, angels. Thank you for sweeping your nets through Antonio's financial body. And please take with you any energy that is not of its own and send it back to the high self of whomever it belongs to now. In God we trust, angels. Thank you for sweeping your gnats through Antonio and his energy fields and through his financial body. And thank you for taking with you any energy that is not of his own and send it back to the higher selves of whomever it belongs to. And we command this past, present, parallel, future, throughout all time, space, and beyond, 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. And where I see this energy leaving you, Antonio, is it's going to a collective consciousness of poverty consciousness. So we know that there's collective consciousness of different frequencies, and this piece, this poverty vibration, you adapted as your own. And it looks like the way you did that is you let it spill through what I call the reception control line. That's the place where we have individual consciousness, and then there's like a little link that connects us to different frequencies of collective consciousness. We're moving the energy out of your field back up through that collective consciousness, and then we're going to put a valve on there, or actually let's put a bolt on there so that you get like not letting that flow back through your reception control line. And then let's see if you can have your reception control line connected with the seal of prosperity. Connect in with prosperity collective consciousness. There you go, right there. I felt the shift. So let's go to Nels too and see what he's going to do to help you out with that. But nice work, Antonio. Nels?
All right. Thank you, Robin. And Antonio, when Robin was working with you, when I first tuned in, there was a strong sense of this feeling of dominating. And when you cleared the other from your system, that went away. And what was left behind was a feeling of powerlessness. And the feeling we need to correct that with is the feeling of gratified. So I want you to just focus on the word gratified. And with your eyes closed, look down toward your heart, take a breath in and hold your breath, and think gratified and the number 8. And I'll be monitoring on your temples for the shift. Gratified and the number 8. Replacing powerlessness with gratified. And there we go. A strong shift just happened. You can breathe normally again. All right, and we cleared that vibration, so let's go back to Robin.
So while Nels was working with you, Antonio, with that technique, I was watching how many past lives you made vows for poverty as your tool that you were taught to become connected with God through, religious teachings or creed or whatever. And so you kept perpetuating that. No matter what lifetime, you kept, being plugged into that poverty. And if you think about how rich, churches or, different places are that claim that the people who belong, the members who belong, or what we're taught is you have to give them money so they have lots of money, but you don't have any. That sounds like a con job to me. So, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this right now because I also think it's somehow linked to bigger lies, and we'll probably swing back around to Nels when I tell this story. My great-grandmother, she had 13 children, and out of the 13, she had a set of twins. And my great-grandmother was a healer. She, people would bring their kids to her. If they had a problem, they'd go to her, and she'd like mix up herbs and do all kinds of different things. Well, her daughter, her 8-month-old daughter, got pneumonia. And my great-grandmother tried to heal her, and she couldn't. And so her little daughter at 8 months old died. And so, being the good Catholic she was, her body belonged to the Catholic Church. That's why she whipped out with those 13 kids. She went to the priest. And she said, I need, last rites. I need, proper burial for my little baby here. And the priest from the Catholic Church said, no, you stop tithing. And my grandmother was like, I don't have any money. And now when I need you to bury this child, you're not going to help me? And he said, no. And I say that any church that does that to any mother and daughter, with that one of their roles is to comfort you for supposed eternal life and to cope with loss and grief, get the heck out of there. And come back to yourself, whether it's this lifetime or any other. There you go, Antonio. I can really feel you bringing in a healing now. Let's go back to Nels before we walk away from this, because I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there listening to how to correct into prosperity.
Yes, and it's very interesting because there are some powerful feelings coming right through you, of course, Robin. And so this is a healing for your grandmother, yourself, and everybody listening. As to, what's going on there. And the feeling that comes up is the feeling of broken trust.
There it is.
Yeah, you can just feel that. It's broken trust. And the way we're going to do it is, and fix that, is we're going to use trust. We're just going to do slow, gentle, deep breathing with our eyes closed. We can just look straight ahead, focus on the word trust, and bring in the number 7 as well. Trust and the number 7. And do that slow breathing. And I'm monitoring for when we shift on this. Replacing trust with broken trust. Trust. Number 7. Getting strong pulses. There we go. All right. Filling up with light here. And everybody can breathe normally. Okay. We just shifted that trust around this whole issue, and your grandmother or great-grandmother, whoever she was, she's I'm sure going to have a different perception of that event as well. All right, Robin.
Yeah, Antonio, thank you for the call because, where does abundance really come from? Where does prosperity come from? It comes from the universe. And it's our responsibility to have the ability to respond to where prosperity actually comes from and let that energy flow through us. Not these synthetic perceptions of truth, but actual truth, as we were talking about last week on the show, too. Thank you for your call, Antonio.
I was going to say I have Sarah with me, and the curse that you were trying to help me with,
yes.
My friend helped me with it, so I don't have that curse anymore.
Well, I'm very, very happy to hear that. And for people who are listening, Antonio's called into the show before. He works with the goddess Sarah, and Sarah is known as the child of Mary Magdalene and Master Jesus. And Emma had left the planet, had gone to Venus, where she was doing a lot of work around love, and is now back here to help us. And so that is what Antonio is talking about, is love, true love. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the call, Antonio. Do you want to talk to these healers today? You can see what kind of great work they do. Give us a call now. The toll-free number, 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. We'll be back after these messages. This is Mystic Radio.
Are you aware that you can use the Mystic Radio archives Just like an audio tarot deck, Robin Alexis invites you to her website, robinalexis.com. Click the About Mystic Radio tab, then click on Listen Now. That's where you'll find the archive of hundreds of past Mystic Radio programs. Then quiet yourself. Put your hands in the prayer position in front of your heart with feet flat on the floor. Now, take a deep breath. Ask your intuition which program date you need to listen to in order to get the answers to your questions and concerns. Many people have told Robin they've received miraculous healings from the Mystic Radio archives. To continue your healing, you may be guided by your intuition to return to the archives and repeat this process. When Robin Alexis does this herself, she receives impeccable spiritual guidance that she's put into practice. So what are you waiting for? Go to robinalexis.com and use the archives of Mystic Radio for your own personal audio tarot deck. What have you got to lose? You might just get the answers you're looking for. That's robinalexis.com.
Are you curious about your past lives? The information in your past lives could be a treasure trove. Haven't you been interested in finding out what it is that you really know deep inside of yourself? And what if you could use that information to create a better life for yourself? What are you waiting for? You can call me, Robin Alexis, and book a session, and I will help you find the keys to unlock the treasure of your soul's wisdom. You can book a session with me by calling Bob at 530-859-2499 or go to robinalexis.com and book in the Mystic Store. That's robinalexis.com and book your past life reading.
Does your dog or cat have a health or mobility problem that is not responding to standard veterinary care? Are you looking for a non-medical alternative? I'm Nels Rasmussen, retired chiropractor and spiritual healer. I've helped people and pets all over the world to get their happy, active lives back when nothing else has worked. To learn more, go to healingministryforanimals.com. Go to healingministryforanimals.com now.
Are you interested in becoming more spiritually empowered? My name is Robin Alexis, and that is all I'm interested in doing, is becoming more spiritually empowered. I believe that as we become more spiritually empowered, it uplifts everyone on the planet, and don't you know that's what we need to be doing right now? One of the ways you can do that is not only listen to our weekly show, Mystic Radio for Past Lives, People, and Pets, but I also have written 2 books. One is Spirit Lady, The Gift of Robin Song, that is presently available on Amazon Kindle. It will soon be released in soft cover. And I have another book coming very, very soon. It's called Raising Humanity, Why We All Must Remember. And what do we need to remember? That we're in this together, and we're either going to deliberately create a peaceful planet or we're not. Which way do you want to go? Listen to our show and buy my books and enjoy becoming spiritually empowered.
Make us part of your daily routine. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Mystic Radio for Past Lives, People and Pets from mystical Mount Shasta, California, and in the shadow of White Horse Mountain in Darrington, Washington, and that's where Nels is. If it's Wednesday or Sunday, it's Mystic Radio.
And if it's Wednesday, you can call in if you're having prosperity concerns and you want to shapeshift your field into more prosperity and other issues as well. You can always call into the show on Wednesdays, and as you can hear, Nels and I will approach it from a variety of different higher consciousness solutions. So don't suffer. Give us a call. If you want to work with me privately, you can. You can go to robinalexis.com and you can receive free Reiki healing energy from the portals there. You can go into the Mystic Store and book a session with me. Or if you prefer, you can call Bob directly at 530-859-2499 and he will get you scheduled. Bob?
And get all of Nell's contact information at healingministryforanimals.com. Do you want to talk to our healers today, Robin and Nels? Here's the phone numbers. Give us a call now. The toll-free number, 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. We are going to get back to our callers, and we've got Cassandra from Los Angeles, who's looking for some healing from both Robin and Nels today. Hi, Cassandra. Welcome to Mystic Radio. You're on with the healers.
Just looking for a clearing of any negative energy that might be around me.
Let's go right to Nels to start boosting that for you. Nels?
Okay. Hi, Cassandra. Well, we need to have a channel to go through here, as you know, and what we're going to do is go through the channel of what's happening in your body. So you don't even have to talk about it. Just think about your body and the symptoms that you have. All right? Okay. And that's opened up a door for us. So let's see what we've got here. And the word vulnerable comes up. And with you, we are also going to use that word I just used a bit ago, trust. And you know all about that, Cassandra. We've talked about trust. Focus on trust and look down towards your heart with your eyes closed. And I want you to do slow, deep breathing, focusing on trust and the number 7. And I'll be monitoring above your eyes for the shift. There we are, trust, and 7, getting strong pulses coming in. And there we go, boom, you are reset. So breathe normally, eyes open, and let's go over to Robin.
So, Cassandra, when you experience that lack of trust, I'd like you to talk to it and ask it, is that your energy, someone else's energy, or a combination of energy?
Somebody else's energy.
Yeah, because when I tune into you normally, you're a very trusting person. You have a lot of faith, a lot of trust, a lot of hope. And so when you drop down into that other frequency, that's what made me wonder who's in there. So now that you know that it's not all your energy, I have a feeling that you know where that's coming from. Is that accurate?
I'm not sure, really.
Okay, because, when we talked earlier with Antonio, it felt like it was coming from poverty collective consciousness. With you, I feel like it might be an individual, and it feels like it might be a man specifically. Does anything come to mind?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So maybe there's a way that Nels could work with how you are with a person who you start running their ascendant distrust, because your natural state is trusting. So maybe there's something in here that needs to, like building a muscle of boundary or something. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what Nels has to say.
Right. Well, I just kind of rechecked into that situation with that person, and we bounced right back to using the feeling of trust. And it's really about getting that sense of trust in yourself and in the power that made you and animates you every day, and feeling that trust in yourself. So let me check in to see if we need to do a little more. And we do. This one actually is interesting because we're going to have you looking to the left, and that's where that energy of that guy is sitting over there. So it's not about trusting him, it's about trusting yourself in situations that involve him and trusting yourself and your opinion. So what I'm going to have you do is look over to the left, Cassandra, with your eyes closed. Take a breath and hold it this time. Focus on trust and the number 8. And I'll be monitoring on your temples for a shift. Trust and the number 8. And there we go. There we go. We got a good shift now. You can breathe normally again. All right. So that kind of is putting up the, it's not like a barrier. It's just more like you now have this bubble of invulnerability in your trusting yourself and in trusting God that this person can't really break through. All right. That's what this clearing was about.
Thank you.
So go ahead, Nels. Were you going to say something?
Nope. Go ahead, Robin.
Okay. All right. So I'm wondering, Cassandra, if this isn't something that a lot of women maybe tend to acquiesce to the stronger, more dominant energy in the room. If it ends up being, where we tend to be sensitive or empathic, we might tend to feel that energy and then almost feel it, not attacked, but maybe a little claustrophobic by it. And then maybe it starts to feed into our field, and then it may even go into where we as women generationally may have been taught to simply acquiesce to that other vibration, and we may start doubting ourselves, and then we lose our bearings with our own relationship with trust. And so I think this field that Nell's just brought in, as you bring it in stronger, I'm going to bring it in stronger with me. And for anybody who's listening, there we go. Can you feel that, Nels? I'm feeling it kind of bounce all over and help people. You getting that too?
Yeah, it feels good here.
Okay, how about...
you were going to say for anybody who's listening.
Yeah, anybody who's listening, if you have a tendency to maybe be in a work environment, say you're at a work meeting, and you feel like you're speaking up and you're coming from your truth and you're sharing some good ideas, and then you start to feel the room sort of shrink in on you, like maybe there are some people with strong energy and strong opinions and they don't necessarily want yours, and so you may begin to energetically sort of cower or feel like you gotta position yourself. No, just feel into this energy that Nell's just built with working with Cassandra, and let's all just hold our own in that vibration of trust, and know that we don't have to acquiesce to anything else but trust. And I don't even know how else to express it. Perhaps Nels has another venue. Nels, anything else?
No, actually, that's just great. It's just really about feeling the trust within yourself, and then from there it comes out of you. And the more you trust yourself, that energy, other people feel it, and they back down.
Okay, so let's just call it the Nels Trust Bubble. And let's all know that we built it today on Mystic Radio, and that we each can use it, and each time each one of us uses it, our little bubbles will start connecting until we have a whole collective consciousness of trust. How's that sound?
That sounds wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you very much, Cassandra. Do you want to talk to these amazing healers? I sit here and listen to this every weekend for years and years and years, and I'm still blown away what these two healers can do on the radio quickly for our listeners. So, do you want to get into the queue and get some information from these wonderful healers? Give us a call now. The toll-free number, 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. We're going to go over to Sequim, Washington, and we've got Joy with us. Joy is looking for some healing from both Robin and Nels today. Hi, Joy. Welcome to Mystic Radio. You're on with the healers.
Hi. I am going through lots of interesting changes, like in the last couple of weeks, that are uplifting me, and I'm wondering, is there anything that comes to mind for either of you to tell me, or anything to adjust?
You definitely look like you look like you need some energy adjustments. So let's go to Nels first.
Okay, I am picking up something here that maybe prompted you to call, and that is there's been a betrayal in your lifetime. Of course, there's probably been several, but whatever pops into your mind first. Have you got one to think about, Joy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and that has opened up the door, so let's see what we get here. And this brings up the feeling of powerlessness, so we're going to replace that. And today seems to be another trust day. So we're going to focus on trust, Joy. And in your case, you're going to be looking straight ahead, kind of as if you were looking somebody else right in the eye. And you're going to take a breath in, hold your breath, focus on trust and the number 8. Trust and 8. And I'll be monitoring on your temples for that shift. Trust and the number 8. trust. And we're building that trust bubble, and here it goes. Boom. All right. You can breathe normally and eyes open. All right. And let's double check. Think about that betrayal again. Okay. And I'm checking, and that is not reactive anymore. So we cleared that out. Let's go back to Robin.
Okay, so Joy, do you feel that you have had either one or more past lives where you may have been a president of the United States?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need to say who that is, but I would I'd like to know if Nels feels that there's, because I'm feeling like there's something troubled in a past life of hers around this betrayal issue, and I feel like it's something that if it could be healed, it could help a lot of things. So does that resonate to you, Nels, and are you willing to poke around in there?
Okay, well, interesting. So I was checking on that because it's a request that, it takes me a moment to sort of translate into the way I do things. Mm-hmm. And it looks like what I think of as 8 generations, or we could call it iterations back, in her lifetimes, was where this betrayal's coming from.
Yes.
Let's see what we need to do here. And I was really trying to not use trust again. But no, that's the vibration. We need to use it again. This time, Joy, and anyone else who's listening and can do this without driving off the road, you're going to close your eyes and look down towards your chin, or maybe just think of it as looking toward your heart. And I'm going to have you do slow, deep breathing here, focusing on trust. And again, the number 8. This time I'm monitoring above your eyebrows for that shift. Trust and 8. We're getting rid of this 8 generations or iterations back. Trust. And there it goes. It has shifted. You can breathe normally again. All right, let me double check on those generations or iterations. And it looks like we got that. So how's that look to you, Robin?
Well, it looks better, and I have a question for you, Nels, and maybe even Joy. Nels, if we're working with someone who has an understanding they were in a past life president of the United States, and we know that soul felt betrayal, that soul felt a lack of trust and may have felt pressure, as we were talking about earlier, how do you, when you're in a meeting, say you're the president of the United States and you're in a meeting, how do you hold your bearings so that the decisions you end up making that affect the country and possibly the world are based on that stronger foundation of trust? So can we send that Nels trust bubble back in time, even to her presidential self in that lifetime, and just boost the field all the way around?
Yes, we started that process with what we were just doing, and what I would say is for Joy is to focus on that lifetime and just solidly get into that feeling of trust, putting your hands over your heart center and just really solidly getting into that sense and feeling of trust and letting it go back there, and just keep it doesn't have to be pushed. You just focus on what you want, and it will go there.
Wow.
Interesting. The image I'm seeing in my third eye is the Statue of Liberty. So something is shifting here very symbolically. And now I'm actually seeing the writing in my third eye of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. And so Nels, I don't know why these images are coming in, but is there a way that when we shift energy, it can also shift things that have been written?
Well, I don't know that we're shifting, past into the future kind of a thing in terms of what's been written specifically, but what I'll say is that vibration of what is written can change.
That's what I was trying to ask.
Well, it's also interpretation.
Oh, thank you.
You've got a bunch of people who interpret the Constitution one way and a bunch of people who look at it another way. So it's interpretation of people as we go through the centuries.
Well, and this makes even more sense than... Yeah, go ahead, Nels.
Well, I was going to say, and the thing is all of these, writing in particular, it's all about frequency. Every word on the page has its own frequency, and then there's a collective frequency, and then it's imbued with the frequency of the people who read it as well. So there's all of that that's happening at the same time. And so when we do something where we clear a negative energy around it, we're, you might say, up-leveling the vibration of whatever that document might be.
Well, and let's bring through each one of us functioning with the trust of the universe. And we talked last week about the perception of trust or trust itself. Let's actually bring in truth and trust and love and just birth from there. Wow, great call. Thank you for calling in, President Joy. Thank you. Freedom with joy. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the call, everybody. This is Mystic Radio. If you want to talk to the healers today, the toll-free numbers are 888-298-5569. Locally in Seattle, 425-373-5527. This is Mystic Radio. We'll be back after these messages.
What is an intuitive life coach? A professional who can help you access your intuition and use intuition to improve your life. Robin Alexis has been assisting people to know, trust, and act upon their own intuitive knowing for over 25 years. She's discovered that getting a past life reading is one of the best ways to connect with your own intuition. Why? Because intuition comes from the soul collective memory of all your past lives, not just what you experienced in one lifetime. Robin Alexis is one of the premier past life readers on the planet today. Set your goal now to let Robin Alexis read your past lives. It will enhance your intuitive knowing. Don't let another year go by that you ignore this gift from within yourself. Call Bob at 530-859-2499. That's 530-859-2499 to schedule or purchase your session in the Mystic Store at RobinAlexis.com. That's RobinAlexis.com. If your intuition is nudging you to schedule a past life reading with Robin Alexis, don't wait. Do it now.
Are you as happy, healthy, or fulfilled as you want to be? What's stopping you? Do you feel like you're stuck, almost like there's an invisible force field holding you back from what you want? Do you want to break through that invisible wall? It's all in your mind, you know. Those blockages are self-programmed by past traumas and current fears. Did you know that you can reprogram yourself and move through those invisible barriers? I'm Dr. Nels Rasmussen, retired chiropractor and spiritual healer. I help people and pets all over the world to be happier, healthier, and more fulfilled by eliminating their physical, mental, and emotional blockages with my unique approach to energy healing. I call it neuroenergetic balancing. To learn how this breakthrough approach can help you, go to healingministryforanimals.com and click the Contact Us button. Then I'll schedule you for a free consultation to discuss your situation. Go to healingministryforanimals.com now.
Are you interested in becoming more spiritually empowered? My name is Robin Alexis, and that is all I'm interested in doing, is becoming more spiritually empowered. I believe that as we become more spiritually empowered, it uplifts everyone on the planet, and don't you know that's what we need to be doing right now? One of the ways you can do that is not only listen to our weekly show, Mystic Radio for Past Lives, People, and Pets, but I also have written 2 books. One is Spirit Lady, The Gift of Robin Song, that is presently available on Amazon Kindle. It will soon be released in soft cover. And I have another book coming very, very soon. It's called Raising Humanity, Why We All Must Remember. And what do we need to remember? That we're in this together, and we're either going to deliberately create a peaceful planet or we're not. Which way do you want to go? Listen to our show and buy my books and enjoy becoming spiritually empowered.
Are you aware that you can use the Mystic Radio archives just like an audio tarot deck? Robin Alexis invites you to her website, robinalexis.com. Click the About Mystic Radio tab, then click on Listen Now. That's where you'll find the archive of hundreds of past Mystic Radio programs. Then quiet yourself. Put your hands in the prayer position in front of your heart with feet flat on the floor. Now, take a deep breath. Ask your intuition which program date you need to listen to in order to get the answers to your questions and concerns. Many people have told Robin they've received miraculous healings from the Mystic Radio archives. To continue your healing, you may be guided by your intuition to return to the archives and repeat this process. When Robin Alexis does this herself, she receives impeccable spiritual guidance that she's put into practice. So what are you waiting for? Go to robinalexis.com and use the archives of Mystic Radio for your own personal audio tarot deck. What have you got to lose? You might just get the answers you're looking for. That's robinalexis.com.
Wherever you go, Alternative Talk 1150 is here for you.
Welcome back to Mystic Radio for past lives, people, and pets from mystical Mount Shasta, California, and in the shadow of Whitehorse Mountain in Darrington, Washington. If it's Wednesday or Sunday, it's Mystic Radio.
And if it's Wednesday, it's your day to call in live, and we love to be of service to you. And you can follow us and like us on Facebook at Robin Alexis, and from there we'll flow you off into all kinds of things. Now, if you'd like to work with me privately, you can call Bob at 530-859-2499. I don't know why Bob's laughing, but
well,
it's
to get
fun.
you flown off somewhere.
Well, we just do fun things.
I know
sometimes.
we do. It just sounded funny. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
well, we're pretty floaty around here.
We certainly are.
But we love working with Nels, and we know you do too. So when you go to his website, which is healingministryforanimals.com, you fill out the contact information, and you do request his newsletter, because he's got a great newsletter, and you let him know what your issues and concerns are, and Nels gives you a free call back, and you will ascertain what is in the highest and holiest for you or your pet. So that's what you got to do. Bob?
Let's get back to our calls, and we've got Eileen from Seattle who's looking for some assistance from Nels for her pet. Eileen, welcome to Mystic Radio. You're on with Nels.
Thank you. Hi, Nels. This is Eileen and Leo. You know us?
Yes. Oh, I absolutely do. I was missing my Eileen and Leo fix, so it's great to talk with you. Does Leo need something?
Yeah, his breathing has been really labored lately, and I don't know if it's his lungs or his throat. I know that he has a narrowing trachea, but he just seems to have a lot of difficulty.
Right.
Catching
Okay,
a
well,
breath.
right, and I'm picking up that there is a big energy blockage in the area of his throat, so I'm going to be working on that and getting that excuse me, it's infecting me now. I'm going to work on getting that solved. And I think what I'm also picking up, though, is that there's a vibration going on with you that Leo's picking up on, and I think I want to toss you over to Robin to see if she can help you with that. Robin?
Well, first of all, what kind of animal is Leo?
He's a Pomeranian. Yeah.
Is that a dog or a cat? What is that?
A Pomeranian is a dog.
Okay, thank you.
A fluffy dog.
Oh, little fluff bug. So, did you ever have rabbits?
No.
Because for some reason I'm seeing a rabbit around you, and rabbits can sometimes be a power totem. And what rabbit power totem is being fearless. You know, think about a little bunny rabbit, and yet they can do a lot of things and still survive for generations. So there's a little, the bunny rat I'm seeing with you is a white bunny. You know, sometimes they have red eyes. It's one of those that's coming in, and it's very, very gentle. It does look like it's a spirit animal for you. You might want to do a little bit of research on what does rabbit medicine mean. Beyond what I'm telling you. I think it means gentleness, but I'm not 100%. Well, no, it means fearless. Gentleness is actually deer medicine. But why do you have a rabbit in your field? It's actually calming you down. So did you ever have a stuffed rabbit, even when you were a kid, or anything like that?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Well, that's what I got out of the blue for you. Let's get back to Nels.
Okay, Eileen. So I am working on Leo, and I've been balancing that energy on both sides of his body, pulling it in, trying to get it back to center, because when it's all bulged out on one side, it really distorts his throat tension. And I think that's the big problem here. This is all, of course, energetic talk and not medical. So if you feel like he's having any sort of medical emergency, then you need to deal with that medically. And you're a smart person, you know that. So I'm just doing a little more cleanup on Leo here. His right side definitely has quite an imbalance going on. And I guess I would recommend that you and I get together 2 weeks from yesterday. That was when I was in your area. So that would be a good plan.
I was hoping to, but I have surgery scheduled that day. So.
Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. Well, we're just going to do everything we can to help Leo out right here. I've got a really good reset going now. This feels great. So how's this look to you, Robin? How's Leo's energy looking?
Leo's looking much better to me, and now I know why the bunny is with her. It's to help her through the surgery. So it's a power totem to help you be fearless and get through this thing. And I'm getting you're going to do really well. So I'm glad you called in so I could look at that. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. We're going to go to Susan from Tacoma, Washington, who's looking for some healing from both Robin and Nels today. Hi, Susan. Welcome to Mystic Radio. You're on with the healers.
Hi, this is Susan.
Yes, how can we serve you?
Well, I'm calling mostly for my husband and myself. He had ended up starting out with something on ice, having some surgery, being in ICU. We're about to be kicked out of rehab here in Puyallup, and he's coming home, so I'm looking for healing energy. Any kind of help we can have. Is this the right thing, and how do we move forward, I guess?
Okay, I'm going to start doing some energy clearing quietly in the background while Nell starts working with other situations.
Okay, so Susan, this is what I'm finding, and this vibration is affecting you both. It's the vibration of depression, and so what we're going to be working sort of directly with you, but also surrogate healing for him as well, and we're going to replace depression with the feeling of true. As in being true, and that's like being true to your own highest thoughts and feelings. And so you may be, a lot of times interacting with the medical system can really bring you down, because they're, the way they're trained is often to sort of give you the worst case scenario. So you need to be allowing yourself to live on a little higher energy plane than that. And we're going to do this with the feeling of true. And what I want you to do is look down and a little bit to the left with your eyes closed. I assume you're not driving, correct?
Oh, quickly, I am driving. I'm so sorry.
Do not look down to the left.
I'll do it for her.
Okay, you do that, and we can still get this done, Susan. I want you to do slow, deep breathing. Focus on the word true. Just focus on the word true. And occasionally let the number 8 pop into your thoughts as well. And keep that slow, deep breathing going. I'm monitoring for when we get a shift. True. Replacing depression with true. And we're bringing in a strong vibration now, starting to get some good pulses going. And there we go. We have that shift. So that is something you might want to continue to do periodically through the day, Susan, is just remind yourself of that vibration of true, of being true to yourself and your higher feelings and thoughts. And we have got that corrected. So let's go back to Robin now and see what she's got going on.
Well, I just saw a flood of past life images of how many times your husband has come home to you injured. And so some of the emotional charge was coming up from those other lifetimes. But this lifetime is going to be much better because you have lots of assets and systems and, ways to bring about healing that you didn't have in those other lifetimes. And so I'm seeing a lot of really powerful healing vibration coming in here. If you do use the Reiki healing portals on my website, the one I would recommend is the Reiki healing portal that uses the violet flame. And I recommend that because it will clear up any old karmic energy from these other lifetimes. So part of why this is happening is you two are ending a karmic pattern of him coming home from situations and then you needing to care for him. And in other lifetimes, there would be causes that he was fighting for, and this time he just needs to have the cause be that he gets to be in his well cell. And the well cell is the part of the cell that remembers to be well. So that is the cause, is to remember how to bring in extraordinary healing. And that I really do feel like he's going to do. And so very nice healing. Very good call. Thank you so much, and many blessings to you.
Thank you for the call. This is Mystica Radio, and we will be back after these messages.
2 years and just like that, my head still takes me.
Robin Alexis, host of Mystic Radio, has released the second edition of her personal memoir. Robin's long-awaited second edition, titled Spirit Lady, The Gift of Robin Song, is now available on Amazon Kindle. Robin invites you to read her life story and share in a customer review about what you experienced as you read this book. As you know, with Robin's radio show, Mystic Radio, spending time with Robin in any way is an experience, not an explanation. Robin wants to hear from you after you read more about the intimate details of her personal story than were previously revealed. Enjoy the beautiful cover art of the book, created by celebrated illustrator and author Baruch Inbar. When you look at the cover of her book, see if you're familiar with the tattoo on Spirit Lady's left wrist. That tattoo is a preview of what the book has in store for you. As you read the book, find out why Robin Alexis encourages all of us to fall more deeply in love with ourselves. Purchase your copy of Spirit Lady, The Gift of Robin Song on Amazon Kindle.
Are the events of your life or the events of the world getting you down or off balance? Successful and conscious people recognize when their energy is off kilter. Busy parents and professionals can't afford to mismanage their energy. When you feel something is not right, schedule a one-on-one personal phone session with Robin Alexis immediately. When you realize you're out of balance and things are not going well. In a testimonial, one person said, "In my personal experience with Robin, she has brought peace of mind to my hectic life. She's like a psychic spiritual empowerment coach that I can rely on, who helps me reset my stamina in 1 hour." Call Bob now at 530-859-2499 and schedule your private one-on-one phone session with Robin Alexis. If it's more convenient, purchase your session at the Mystic Store on RobinAlexis.com. That's the Mystic Store at RobinAlexis.com or call 530-859-2499. Let the metaphysical mother, Robin Alexis, help you keep it together in this unsettling world.
Hello, everyone. This is Robin Alexis. I'd like to invite you to my website, RobinAlexis.com. I offer free Reiki healing portals there, and you can listen to the archives of Mystic Radio for past lives, people, and pets. So what are you waiting for? Accept my invitation and visit RobinAlexis.com.
Are you aware that you can use the Mystic Radio archives just like an audio tarot deck? Robin Alexis invites you to her website, RobinAlexis.com. Click the About Mystic Radio tab, then click on Listen Now. That's where you'll find the archive of hundreds of past Mystic Radio programs. Then quiet yourself. Put your hands in the prayer position in front of your heart with feet flat on the floor. Now, take a deep breath. Ask your intuition which program date you need to listen to in order to get the answers to your questions and concerns. Many people have told Robin they've received miraculous healings from the Mystic Radio archives. To continue your healing, you may be guided by your intuition to return to the archives and repeat this process. When Robin Alexis does this herself, she receives impeccable spiritual guidance that she's put into practice. So what are you waiting for? Go to RobinAlexis.com and use the archives of Mystic Radio for your own personal audio tarot deck. What have you got to lose? You might just get the answers you're looking for. That's RobinAlexis.com.
Conversation you won't find on the rest of the dial. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Mystic Radio for Past Lives, People, and Pets from mystical Mount Shasta, California, and in the shadow of Whitehorse Mountain in Darrington, Washington. If it's Wednesday or Sunday, it is Mystic Radio. And once again, to get in touch with us for sessions with Robin, and if you think about it or you get an inkling to have a session, call right away, because we do have a waiting list, and it's getting longer and longer, but it's amazing to work with her. So you can give us a call at 530-859-2499, or you can check out the website RobinAlexis.com, and you can go to the Mystic store there and purchase your session, and then I will give you a call. Now, for podcasts of Mystic Radio, you can go to, again, RobinAlexis.com, scroll down to the YouTube channel, or you can go to 1150kknw.com and click on podcasts. You can also listen to Mystic Radio wherever you get your podcasts. Once again, we'd like to thank our co-host Nels Rasmussen for being with us today, and you can get all of Nels' contact information at healingministryforanimals.com. I want to thank all our wonderful callers today, because you really make the show what it is, and thanks to Eric back in the studio for flying the bus for us here at Mystic Radio from mystical Mount Shasta. We will see you next week. Mystic Radio every Wednesday, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Mystic Radio.